What's cracking, everybody? Hello and welcome back to Gaming 101 with Mr. Berger. Tonight, I have my second ever voice chat guest. His name is Shadow, and he's a clan member of mine. So, tell us a little bit about yourself, Shadow. What's your RL name?
My real name is Andrew.
Andrew, cool. All right, man. Let's talk about your
most basic name.
Basic name. That's all right.
Yeah.
We've all got kind of, boring names sometimes. I think it might be a generational thing. Some of the kids I work with nowadays have really interesting names. But anyway, let's get back on topic here. Tell us a little bit about your gaming history. How did you come to play Clash Royale?
So first I was just playing Clash of Clans, and then when I started watching a lot of YouTubers like Nick and I and stuff like that, they were playing Clash Royale, so that let me try this, see what I think about it.
Cool. Yeah, so Clash of Clans to Clash Royale, classic. I play a similar story, but I also saw other friends playing it, and that's kind of what got me involved. So your Clash Royale experience, how long would you say you've been playing it?
About a long time, but I wouldn't consider it because I started playing when the Ice Wizard and Princess came out, but then I stopped playing for a long period of time. I think it was like 1 year I stopped playing.
Wow. Cool. So then you kind of, it put you back a little bit in a sense?
Yeah, so I just took a break from it when I was in like Frozen Peak to just like start focusing a little bit more in school because my grades were a little bit low.
Yeah. Yeah, I know the story, man. I played World of Warcraft back in the day, and me and my buddies would get sucked into that game so much. So it's good to have the discipline to be able to take a step back and prioritize and get school going first, you know?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So you haven't played since the release, you said, since like the Princess and the Ice Wizard came out, which, if I'm not mistaken, because I wasn't playing back then, those were the first two legendaries.
Yes.
Okay, cool. So let's talk about this deck. It's a Hog Mountain deck. What arena is Hog Mountain now? It changed. Is it like 11 now or something, or is it 10?
It's Arena 10.
It's Arena 10. Okay, cool. So this is an Arena 10 deck, and you told me that you could make some tweaks depending on if you're in the lower arena. But as you can see, it's only running one legendary, which is the Princess, so it definitely has like a free-to-play aspect to it, so it's good for being able to push on the ladder.
Yeah.
Let's go ahead and talk about your win condition. What would you say is your main win condition?
The Elite Barbs.
Alright, so how would you use them to win, to take down a tower, generally?
So if you're going up against a heavy deck, and they drop like a Golem or P.E.K.K.A. in the back, then I just go with like the Valkyrie, and then I put the Elite Barbs in the back.
Got it. Okay, let's jump into the next replay here. Let's skip that draw, and we'll jump into the triple wizards. I am at 3 minutes. Let me know when you're in.
I'm in.
Alright, 3, 2, 1, play. Okay, so that's how you would use the eBarbs, and they do a pretty good job of taking down the tower, as most people know that's kind of eBarbs' job, right? Do you have any alternate win conditions in the deck other than the eBarb Valkyrie combo?
If you can use the Princess for chip, and then if like the tower's like very low, up to like a fireball level, you can just use the Princess to finish it off, or just use a fireball to finish it off.
Yeah, you do have the two spells in here. You got the medium and the light spell, the zap and the fireball, and they're both easily requestable. So a lot of these cards can be requested and leveled really easily.
And they can be obtained in very low arenas. Yeah,
definitely. A lot of these cards are definitely low arena, and those that aren't could probably be replaced quite easily. And we'll talk about that a little bit later. Let's talk about your opening moves. So what would you say is your ideal first hand? Now, like 2 to 4 cards, if you have any idea.
I don't know, because like usually when I have some cards like cover up whatever's on the field. So like if they drop a minion horde, I either have the Princess or the Zap to deal with that. So then I just use that to deal with that.
Cool.
But I guess my real starting hand would be like the Valkyrie, Princess, Mega Minion, and Zap.
Yeah, then you have an answer just about everything, huh?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So you don't worry about having those eBarbs in hand right away?
No.
Okay. And if you don't have your ideal starting hand, do you kind of just cycle or play defensively, or what do you do?
if I have a princess, then I just put her in the back first.
Yeah, cycle
Just,
in the back.
and then and then just that also helps me see what they have to counter the princess.
Okay, cool. Do you like that princess in there? Is it just because it was your highest level legendary, or do you actually really like it in this deck?
The princess is really good in this deck.
Yeah.
It helps a lot.
Yeah, that's good to know. All right, so we'll talk about replacements again in a little bit, but keep in mind that's a pretty solid legendary to have in there. She has so much value, dude. She's such a great card. Like the potential that she has because of her range is just huge. She can stay alive forever and just do so much damage over time.
Yeah.
Anyway, let's talk about the most OP card in this deck, because we have to, which is the eBarbs. They're still yet to see another nerf. They've been nerfed a couple times, but they're still really strong. I'm sorry?
They've been nerfed very heavy.
Yes, they have, but they're still so strong. So, I don't know, what do you think of eBarbs overall? What's your opinion on them?
I think they're good, but they're good if they're over leveled.
Yeah.
So they're kind of good if you're gonna use them in like challenges, but it's probably not the best idea to use them in challenges.
Yeah, and this is something that I said before in another video, and I know you mentioned it.
Yeah, in a stream.
Oh yeah, okay, cool. Let's jump into the next one. This is the giant battle ram, right?
Yes.
Yeah, let's do that one. Okay, I'm paused at 3 minutes. Are you in?
Yes.
All right, 3, 2, 1. Yeah, and again, I don't want to say that eBarbs are a bad card in tournament level standard. Like, you'll see them more than you'll see a bomber probably, but just the potential that they have, the fact that they're so OP is because they can easily be requested and leveled up, and when they're leveled up and over leveled, they're so strong, the way that they scale up. So do you support requesting them a lot and over leveling them?
Yeah, go for it.
Yeah, totally. Did you invest in that yourself?
Yeah.
Because if you think about it, there's only so many requests you can get in the lifetime of your account, because you can only get them every 7 hours now. So you have to invest. You have to think about, like, what card do I want to invest this 7-hour request into? So if
I only started like requesting it when I was about to hit Hog Mountain. Just so that my cards are like the same level as people in Hog Mountain. Because usually their commons are like level 10 or 11 or even 12. And then but now all my cards are tournament standard, so they're good.
Cool, that's good. So you're gonna start doing some challenges, you think?
Yeah.
All right, awesome, man. Easy way to try out new decks. That's how I try out all my cool, funky, different decks and make videos about them. All right, let's move on to the next thing. So one thing that I noticed about this deck, and I don't mean this to be a critique, just something that I noticed, is that there's no mid-range support unit like, Musketeer or a Wizard or even an Ice Wiz or an E-Wiz or something. Do you find that to be a problem, or does the Inferno Tower and the Princess kind of do the job?
It depends, but if you can use the Inferno Tower to like counter an Inferno Dragon, but it just depends on how you place it. So I usually place it to where the Inferno Dragon is just like right in front of the bridge where the princess is targeting it. Yeah. And then I place it down for it to be distracted.
Got it. Yeah, I'm looking at the replay right there. You got the princess and the Inferno Tower comboing pretty well. And look at that aggressive push with the eBarbs. Look at the power of the eBarbs, dude. Alright, let's see what replay we're on now. I think we've only got a few left, right? And then
I think we have like 2.
Okay,
skip the draw.
Yeah, alright. The bridge spam one, and we'll talk about these last few things, and then you wanted to run through that last replay and explain what not to do. So, single elixir versus double elixir, what are your playstyle differences? Like, in double elixir, do you switch up your playstyle at all?
So, in single elixir, I'd usually just try and go for at least 1 tower and then defend all the way up to double elixir. So that when in double elixir, the elixir can obviously produce faster, so that I can just go for a 2 crown or a 3 crown. It just depends on what side they play on. But if it comes down to like them having a deck that can really counterman, I just defend.
Got it. Okay, so Yeah, I do see that this is a very heavily defensive counterpush deck, a control deck, so to speak. I see a lot of like cards that are used on defense and then present a threatening counterpush. Is that safe to say?
Wait, hold on, wait. Are we starting the replay?
Yeah. Sorry about that. I jumped right in.
Pause at 3.
That's all right. So for this one, we can just keep talking about the other things that we were going to talk about, and then the last one we can play it together. That was my fault for not letting you know. So sorry about that.
That's okay.
Anyway, let's talk about difficult matchups. What would you say is like kind of your difficult matchup, and how do you deal with it?
So the most difficult matchup is basically the heavy decks that you face. So like any Golem, P.E.K.K.A. decks, like those stuff, even like Mega Knight decks, like the first replay.
Mm-hmm.
Those can be really hard to like get your barbs there after a counter push.
Yeah.
Because then they usually have enough elixir to place it down in front of them to stop it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you know, I ran Elite Barb deck like as an Elite Barb as my win condition for a while around your trophy rating, I think. And it was like when they were kind of newer and really strong, and I was requesting them. And it was
really OP?
Yeah, they were really OP. It was really good for a while. But I just found that would sometimes be the case, that I couldn't connect to the tower. And if they just had a solid answer to your eBarbs every time, like there's nothing you can do, because that's your only really heavy win condition. That's kind of why I transitioned more over to Hog. Because Hog, as much as I hate being a Hog player, that's just kind of the way to go if you want to win as a free-to-play player.
Because at least the Hog doesn't target anything else other than the tower. Or
Right, it's a little harder to completely shut down all the time, but that's a conversation for another day. So heavy decks are your difficult ones. Did we talk about kind of how you handle them if you do go up against a heavy deck?
So if you did the mistake that I did and just rush the tower and then they like place it in the bat and I do not answer, I just wait until the Inferno. I try and cycle up to the Inferno or and like a skeleton army to counter it. So yeah, that's what I do.
Cool. All right, let's jump into the last replay here, and you can kind of go over it. And I'm just going to really quickly skim through card replacements in the downtime. So I'm at 3 minutes now. This is against Ragnar. Let me know when you're ready.
Yeah, I'm ready.
All right, 3, 2, 1, play. So I would say Princess, maybe a Dart Gob, or you said Archers because they're lower and easier to get, right?
Yeah, if there's a person that is in a lower arena and can't get the Dark Goblin, so I just use Archers.
Yeah.
But they're kind of not as good since they can't really cover like the minion horde good or like minions.
Yeah, and we were just having this discussion earlier how when I was playing my Lava Hound deck, I realized how many minion hordes were out there. It felt like I was going up against them in every match.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Skeleton Army, I'd say Swarm card, and feel free to interrupt me here if you want to point anything out about the plays here. So it looks like you're just playing defense here.
Yeah. But my first mistake was doing the zap against the bats on the Inferno, because then it's kind of a waste because I didn't know he had the Goblin gang. So then I just kind of I went with the Princess here, which was a bad idea. I should have gone with the Valkyrie here.
Oh yeah, I see that. So, and did you have Valkyrie in hand there? I didn't even check.
Yeah, I did have it, but I didn't use it.
Got it. Yeah, it's just sometimes those little mistakes, like you have to react right away, and then it's like, oh man, I could have done that better half a second later, but it's too late now. You know, it happens to all of us. So I'd say Swarm card for Skeleton Army, like Goblin Gang or something. For Inferno Tower, you said you were running Inferno Dragon for a little while, and arrows in the place of Zap, right?
Yeah. So basically, you lose the distraction from like the Hog Rider and any like building attacking troops from the Inferno Tower.
Yeah.
But yeah, at least you gain the air advantage, so like none of the ground targeting units can target the Inferno Dragon. And then for arrows, you gain the ability to like one-shot minion hordes, but then you kind of lose the... Well, wait.
You're going to replace Zap with arrows.
You can replace Zap with arrows if your Zap is like really low level.
Yeah, okay. All right.
Oh, and then you lose the ability to like reset any other troop with that, like the Sparky.
Yeah, yeah. The Sparky. Excuse me. Gotta clear my throat here. So the Sparky, the Inferno Tower, Inferno Dragon, things like that. So
Yeah.
go ahead and talk about this replay here and tell me what you did wrong.
So what I mostly did wrong was trying to protect my princess. Like in one part of here, they dropped down a wizard. I placed my Valkyrie in front of it, which was kind of bad. So I would have let the princess die there. And then at the end here, I tried to cycle up to my fireball, but then I couldn't because most of my cards were heavy there.
Yeah, so if you had the fireball in hand there a little bit sooner, maybe you would have been able to finish off that tower.
Yeah, but if at like 2 seconds, like at the last 2 seconds, if the knight wasn't there, the princess would have locked onto the tower and took it. But I think that still wouldn't matter because because the princess's shot takes like forever to get to the tower.
Okay, cool. Let's really quickly talk about card replacements that we didn't cover. So you mentioned arrows for the place of zap. Would you run poison in the place of fireball?
Yeah, you could. Like that could also help counter minion horde.
Yeah, totally. What about Mega Minion, and eBarbs? What would you replace them with?
The Mega Minion, I guess you can replace it with like 3 elixir minions because they're almost the same and they cost the same.
Yeah.
But the minions could be like zapped easily. And then the eBarbs, the eBarbs is kind of important in the deck, but if you're planning on playing it in like tournaments or challenges, I'd suggest you can use the Hog.
Hog. What about Lumberjack?
Oh yeah, Lumberjack.
Lumberjack, bro.
Oh, yeah, Lumberjack's just as good as Elite Barbs.
Yeah, dude. He's solid now too because he got buffed lately. So
yeah.
And then Valkyrie. Yeah, definitely. Valkyrie, mini tank. You said.
Either any mini tank like a knight or a nice golem will be good.
Okay, and then as we mentioned, a swarm card for skeleton army, and then archers for
The
princess. Yeah.
Or Dark Goblin if you have it.
Yep. All right. Cool. Well, that's just about everything. So thanks so much for coming on, man. Thanks for watching, everybody. Appreciate it. Let me know if you have any questions or if you want to come on the channel in the comments below. And if you haven't, yeah, come join our clan. We need more active players.
We only have 1 spot left.
Yeah, but you know what? We clear out inactives from time to time. We kick all the players that.
I forgot.
So you know, if you need a spot and you're active, come join us. If you haven't hit that, oh wait, it's on the wrong. There we are. If you haven't hit that subscribe button, nope, right there, down there, hit it already. The little Berger. All right, thanks, guys.
Right there. Why'd you miss it?
I missed it because the camera's flipped. All right, have a good night, guys.